Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Generation Shock.
Yay.
Unfortunately, I will apologize because I think right now there's some issues for some reason on YouTube, and it seems like I'm only seeing Messiah, and I don't quite know what's going on there with that. That's a little weird.
I see you all three.
You see all three?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's just my view screen for some reason is a little messed up. Okay, I just want to make sure because on mine I can only see Messiah's ugly face. I don't see the whole show, so it kind of bothers me.
Me and Messiah go back to peso to
So yeah, it kind of bothers me a little bit because I usually get a preview of the whole show of what's going on YouTube, and right now I only get his ugly corner, and I'm like, what the hell? That's weird. But you guys can see everybody. Everything's good.
Yeah, I can see everybody.
Okay, good. I'm glad you guys watch the show because I don't. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Right now, I'm about to share it.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, oh wait, okay.
I said on that note.
Yeah. Welcome everybody to another wonderful episode of Generation Shock. I still can't do it as good as him. One day we're gonna have to get him to record it for us. We got to get a pre-recording in. That way it's good. It's where we want it. Everything's smooth.
Yes.
Anyways, we have an amazing episode. But first off, we got to introduce ourselves. I am the king of sports. I'm the man that everybody loves to hate. I'm the monster on the mic. I'm Sheck Monster. Give it up. Oh, that got like a 2-second clap from this guy. Wow. At least he tried. Literally like done.
I'm trying to promote this. That's why as we go live.
Okay. Oh, next up, here's the guy who tries to promote the show during the show. He's the guy who's always a little bit late on the cue and always loves to bash everything I'm about to say by saying it before I say it. It's your boy.
How's everybody doing? This is your boy Messiah. Pretty happy right now, but I'll tell you why in a few.
Oh, next up, we got the cutie with that big old booty. It's the man who's, unlike OnlyFans, has millions of them out there ready to watch. It's my boy.
Why, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for having me, Mr. Check Monster. Thank you. Welcome to the show.
Yes. Welcome, everybody. We got a big day prepared for you. I think it's gonna be a really fun show. I'll be honest.
Yes, it is.
This is one of the shows I've been most excited and least excited about in a while. Okay, because there's gonna be some real big highs, but I'm gonna hit some real low lows. And unfortunately, it's the first topic of the day we're gonna get into, which is really gonna drop me down into real deep depression. So hopefully I'll be able to bring it back up very, very soon. I guess though, with all of that being said, I guess we can just go ahead and just, hop right into it. And without further ado, get things off and popping. You guys ready? It's time for a Monster Week in Sports.
Gotta climb to the top, but we're never gonna stop. When the low, yeah, we going high.
That's right. It's a Monster Week in Sports. And
yes, sir.
Unfortunately, it wasn't too monstrous for me. We had the Super Bowl happen. And the Super Bowl is definitely something I was looking forward to. I thought it was going to be a great game. I was super excited about it. And then, the Super Bowl happened and it was shit. And you know what? I don't even really need to talk about it. I'm just going to go ahead and play a couple minutes worth of highlights, and you guys will understand right away why I think the Super Bowl was shit. So let's just hop right into the highlights and just skip over all the bullshit.
Makes the game very easy for the offense.
From the 45, 6 DBs on the field for the Chiefs. Brady goes sideline, and he has his man. That's Antonio Brown.
You can see how excited him and Patrick were about this game.
Play action. They go to Brait with a blocker in front. Cameron Brait down to about the 24 before Damian Wilson finishes him off.
You jinx Spagnola?
I don't know.
Usually it's the guy you're talking about.
One of those weird announcer jinxes. Here's Brady's pass. It's Gronkowski. Back again. Wouldn't be quite that high. Of course, the career not as long either. 1st and 10. Brady from the pocket. He's got Evans.
Really done a good job of evolving this offense as it's gone on this year.
2nd and 13. Back into the hands of Gronkowski. And it's Sorensen who wins.
Second drive. Now it's tough to stop again.
Brady, play action. Looking. Third option. End zone. Caught! Gronkowski again with the touchdown. Hold on, there's a flag.
Jim, this is going to be a touchdown. I think Kansas City held again on the other side of the field. I was watching up top. Mike Evans got held.
Holding. Number 21. Defense. But penalties decline. Result of the play. Touchdown.
I'd still be aggressive. Some sort of stuff to get out quick.
To Godwin. Wide receiver screen, and he's going to be thrown down about 2 yards short.
That's perfect.
And covering 6 or 7 yards, right? I mean, it's just too tight for you to say that's uncatchable.
With 18 seconds, Brady goes in the middle of the field to Fournette, who powers down to the 9. They still have that one timeout.
You fake it here, and then you run on the next one if you don't get it.
There's the fake, there's the pass, and there's the catch for the touchdown. Antonio Brown.
Just unbelievable route by Antonio Brown, and what a job. Brady throws this ball down low and away when no one can get it but him. They're coming after him here.
They rush 5, it's picked up. Fournette with the catch, and running over. It's Gronkowski running through that secondary. Short field for Brady and company. He's got a wide open target. Fournette gets right under the chin strap of Breeland. There's Brate.
All right, so real quick, I got 2 things I want to state about this highlight reel. Okay. Real quick. Number 1, shout out to the NFL. Took it from them. Appreciate you guys. Got to give a shout out to those guys. But here's the real important 2 things. Number 1, this was not made to be a Tampa Bay highlight reel. This was just the actual highlight reel of the football game. Number 1. Yeah. And then after this, Messiah, it's all yours. I'm going to let you go. But I had to get these 2 things out there. And number 2, did you notice how 90% or probably 98% of this highlight reel was not just Tom Brady, but the players Tom Brady brought in? Rob Gronkowski, Leonard Fournette, Antonio Brown. There was like 2 plays in the entire game that were highlights that were literally to somebody like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Everything else was and this is going to bring me up into my second part of a Monster Week in Sports that I want to talk about. So that's why I wanted to bring that up. But go ahead. Messiah, the floor is yours.
So if you haven't noticed, check out my handle on Zoom. On that note, bro, I remember last week you was like Kansas City whoop that ass, and whoop, there it is. Yo, 7 rings, bro. 7 rings. Yo, he has more rings than Thanos. So
that's how we measure greatness now.
Yep.
MCU versus real life.
That on top of that, bro. What really won the game was defense. Defense won it because the number one offense in the league this year in the NFL was Kansas City. They didn't even score 1 touchdown.
Yeah, but why didn't they score one touchdown? Let's be real. If we're going to talk about it. They had backup players across their whole offensive line. I don't want to hear that shit. What do you mean you don't want to hear it? I don't care. Like, that's a reason why they didn't score. Get the fuck out of here early.
So I can always say that 2007 game that the Giants won was the referee didn't blow the whistle when he should have been down.
Oh, you want to talk about referees?
But I'm just saying.
We can go through the referees in this game. Tom Brady in the payoff game.
You cannot make the excuse that they were missing 3 linemen. You can't make that, bro. They're professional players.
It's a
they
fact.
play at a high level.
No, you can't sit there and contribute to say a team didn't do this when they're playing with backups here. Their best player on offensive line didn't play in the game.
Okay.
Right? Yes or no?
So we're gonna go.
Yes or no?
Okay. No, they didn't.
Yes or no? No. And that changed every player on that offensive line to move to a different position that they don't normally play. Yes or no?
So could I say that the Patriots didn't make the playoffs because some of the defensive players opt out because of COVID?
Absolutely. That's a legitimate excuse.
Okay.
I've never
besides
argued against that.
The greatness of Mahomes threw the ball twice to two key. Well, one of them was a key receiver and missed it clearly. Oh, that's my biggest bone to pick.
So I wish we would have talked about this earlier. So I got the highlights. How about we go back and look at the 2 touchdown throws? One of them that he literally threw falling sidearm on the way. And what did it do? Hit the receiver in the fucking face.
I know. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm saying. What happened to receivers? I remember growing up when I was a kid. I grew up with Jerry Rice and them. And one of the biggest things when we were playing football, one of the things they always recommended, hey, catch with your hands. Do the diamond, and you catch the football. Everybody now, you see them, they catch with their body. Those 2 balls that were missed, those 2 touchdowns that could have been touchdowns, were right in their hands. They hit them right in the face of the mask. They should have been caught.
So listen, I will say this. When you talk about those 2 plays, I contribute that to the defense. Absolutely. The defense got in the receivers' heads and rattled them. But the fact of them not scoring a touchdown was a product of them not having their full team together, not the product of the defense doing any. Like I said, the defense played great, and that's why those guys were rattled. But you don't sit there and blow it up to be more than it is. Don't make them the Ravens or the Bears defense out there. Like, don't do that.
So don't say so. So you don't want me to say? See, this is what happens when people when Kansas City loses, the excuses come out. Oh, they didn't play with 3 of the best people, bro. I get it. They should. Yeah, they were the pro ballers. They were pro ballers. But it's not they play at a high level. This is the NFL. No, I don't want to hear it.
Listen, nobody's trying to take anything away from Tampa Bay. Okay, you're obviously new favorite team because you're fighting for them.
Tom Brady is my. The seventh ring is where I'm celebrating.
But we got to put things into some retrospect, right? When LeBron James beat the Golden State. What was one of the reasons people say that they were able to beat them? What happened to Draymond Green? He fouled out and he wasn't in the next game because of it. He was suspended for a game. That is still talked about.
Wasn't this guy not also playing? What's his name? He's in New York now.
Kevin Durant. So people still say there's reasons why they believe that he beat that team. And I don't even know if Kevin Durant wasn't on the team that year. I'm talking about the year that they had the best record ever in the history of basketball. Kevin Durant wasn't even there yet. And they beat them.
The comeback.
Yeah. And because Draymond Green got fouled, was out of the game for a half of a game and an entire next one. People still remember that. All I'm saying is you don't take anything away from the greatness of that game, but you also don't say that, oh my God, that team was so great. Like, no, we level it out a little bit and say, look, man, yeah, they won. There's nothing you can take away from them, but what would have happened if everybody was at full strength? That's all. Because I'll give you this.
But that's going to be the speculation. What if this? What if that?
Well, no, I know. But what I'm saying is this. Nothing takes away from these 2, and I'll put them on the screen real quick. Nothing takes away from these 2 and what they did, because at the end of the day, Kansas City's defense wasn't decimated. They didn't have backups. They weren't hurt. Everybody was there, right? So at the end of the day, Kansas City defense let up those points to Gronk, who didn't do shit all year. And there was a comment.
Scored 2 touchdowns.
I should have put it up here. I was watching Sports Center or NFL Network, I can't remember, and they had it up, and I should have put it up. I should have got the clip. Brady runs up to Gronk afterwards. I saved it all for this game, buddy. I saved it all for the Super Bowl. That's why I brought you back. That's why I brought you back. Like, oh my God.
I saw the clip. It was beautiful.
It was so stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry to cut you guys off, but I just noticed that our title for our video says "Best Rapper Alive," episode 50. All I'm saying.
Oh man, I didn't edit it. Yeah, well, I was distracted by.
I'll fix that. It don't matter. I'll fix that.
It's fine. That's fine. It's fine.
We'll fix it. It doesn't matter
right now. But yeah, I got distracted
So
by
the
some of
real
other
question
shit
is
going
how
on.
much money you lost or gained.
Well, I didn't bet. Actually, I bet lunches. So I bet one of the lunch was easy. I was going to win that easily because even if Kansas City would have won, I was going to win lunch because this Geek Squad agent bet me that they was going to win by 14 points. I'm like, I'll take that bet because 14 points, I don't think so. Maybe 3, maybe 7, maybe 10, but 14, I don't think so. And then ended up being the opposite. They got blown out by the team who was better than they were saying that. So then the other guy was, from Warehouse. I was like, I bet that Tom Brady's going to get his 7th ring. And he was like, no way, that shit's not going to happen. I'm like, you're betting against the GOAT. You're going to lose. And that's what happened. It's exactly what happened.
Oh, interesting.
Rings.
That's good.
The other thing is that I had today off. I should have woke up early and go straight to Tampa, take my 70-300 lens, and take Zoom pictures of Tom Brady holding that 7th Lombardi trophy like this. Yeah.
No one gives a fuck.
Yeah. By the way, since we're still a week, a monster week in sports, I was looking forward to if you guys didn't watch or heard the episode of Los Compadres podcast last week episode, there was a boxing match that was supposed to happen. And and we were supposed to be the judges, us and Gaston. They was gonna call you remotely, Check Monster, and Goldo and I we was gonna be there.
What's the boxing match? I gotta go listen.
So the boxing match was supposed to be between Jason and Marcos.
Oh
right?
my god, I would pay an entry fee for that shit.
Caesar was gonna pay for them to do it, and I told Marcos, because he has a heart condition, I told him you gotta be very careful with that. And the bet was that they could do 3 rounds for 3 minutes. So you know what? I when I see Marcos at work, I was like, Marcos, I'm gonna bet that you guys won't even last 3 rounds, 3 minutes. I'll bet that you guys will do that because boxing is not as easy as you guys think. And I thought that was hilarious. So I was waiting for that to happen. I found out it got canceled, but that was gonna be a monster week in sport. We're gonna use a clip.
Dude, that would be the only topic in a Monster Week in Sports if that goes down.
That would have been.
I won't be talking about anything else.
But okay, since you know that, who would you have bet for?
Oh man, I'm not. No. Until I find out it's happening, I'm not going into it. I'm not. No, we still got other things to talk about. I'm not going to speculate on things that aren't real in my life yet. Because I still do want to talk about finish up with the Super Bowl conversation.
Go ahead.
And when I talk about that, I want to talk about the halftime show because last week we talked about halftime shows, and I got to tell you guys, I think this might have been the worst one possibly.
I told people that
I've seen in a long time, and here's what made it worse: $7 million of his own money put into it for that failure.
It never goes to waste though.
Oh yeah, that wasted, like that's money.
Bro, it doesn't go to waste.
If it was me,
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure the week before, the 2 weeks or week before the Super Bowl, his list, his playlist, or his download, or his must have gone up, right? Because that's promotion. After that, it's still gonna happen.
But see, here's where you're wrong.
Word of mouth of how horrible it was. It's still being promoted.
Here's where you're wrong. If you're telling me if he didn't put $7 million of his own money into it, that all that stuff that happened pre-Super Bowl wouldn't have still happened?
Yes, it would have happened. No, it wouldn't.
Yes, it would have.
If he would have
nobody knew what the show was going to be.
But if he would have not gotten the show,
he got the show. Either way, you don't understand.
Okay.
He had the show, the budget for the show. So this is what I heard, and I might not be right so somebody can fact check me. That they were his producer, whoever it is, said no. We're looking at hopefully having you in the Grammys and other things. We're not giving you the budget to do what you want to do. Well, he said, well, this is to me one of my lifelong dreams. I'm going to put my own money in to make it the show that I want to have. Right. So he put $7 million of investment of his money into making the show, the shit show that it was. Now, the thing is, if he never put the money into it, he's still doing the halftime show. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? He would. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
So all that stuff you just talked about, all the downloads and all that leading up to the show still happened.
Yeah, of course. But because I didn't read that article, I thought he paid to be in the show.
No, he didn't pay to be
in. From his pocket.
He added $7 million
because he didn't like
the
budget that was given to him to perform it.
Okay, correct. So he added $7 million to the show.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
To make
shout out to my cousin Boo Boo. He's watching. He's on the stream right now.
Hey,
watching
Boo Boo.
Yo, he got
I don't
sick
feel.
tracks,
I don't feel.
bro.
I don't feel
He's
nice
a rapper
saying
from
that,
up
though.
north. He got sick tracks.
I don't.
Well,
I
you
don't
know,
know
maybe we should have him on one day.
Ooh,
Talk
there you
about
go.
his
should.
music and stuff. We'll, you know, we can't get copyright infringement for putting his stuff out here.
we won't.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So, but back to the halftime show. I think it was one of the worst. I think I was telling people this because a lot of people misunderstand. People don't understand about what singing is, right? I always tell people this. People like great songs with great singing, and it's only a few people that can do that. I've always say that yes, he has great songs. I listen to his songs. He has great songs. But when you hear him live versus hearing him on CD, you can tell there's stuff being done. And I had a conversation at work, and people are like, "Oh, he doesn't use autotune." I go, "Everybody uses it. It's called an intonator. People uses it. You know, even the great singers do it because you got to fix some final touches, and that's it. That's it. Doesn't mean they can't sing. But on him, you can tell they use it a lot because if you listen to him live, he has a natural vibrato to his voice, and it could become ugly sounding to some people. So in this song, in this halftime show, you could hear it. I kept on saying, "Do you hear that? Do you?" I kept on saying that so many times to my wife that she yelled at me. She's like, "Just let me hear the fucking song." I'm like,
So
I
that's
guess
your
sometimes I
wife's-
get caught up into listening to the voices and all that. That I usually think, force of habit. When I was in my band, we used to always listen to it and talk to each other and discuss it. What did they do better? How did it this and that? So sometimes when I do that, my wife gets mad, but it's just old habits.
We got to get your wife on here one episode so her fuck out of here could be you talking during the halftime show.
Yeah, no. She was like, "I just want to hear it. I just want to hear it. Shut up. I get it." I'm like, "Yeah, but I just wanted to make sure you hear it." Again, I'm not taking anything away from the way he sings. I mean, I love his songs, but I don't think he's the greatest singer out there. And this showed it. If you watch that halftime show, listen to it, like really listen to it, you'll see his imperfection. And the way they did it is they drowned out his voice and they put the background music so loud that you can't hardly hear him.
Well, the bottom line
that
is
mixing was bad. You think that was bad on purpose? No.
Bottom line, it is hard to perform live. I will say that. There's only two artists that I can remember, and at least I can remember, that I thought sounded really good live: Michael Jackson and Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars, dude, he's one of the best live performers. He has a voice.
And Usher.
Go ahead.
Usher.
And Mark Anthony. Hold up.
Okay.
Mark Anthony, yeah.
Yeah. No, like I said, I know there are others. I didn't mean like that. I'm just, those are the two that stood out to me. I don't listen to as much Mark Anthony, I'll be honest, but you know, it's just one of those things.
Shit, tú no lo entiendes. ¿Para qué lo escuchas si tú no lo entiendes?
Yeah, exactly. What he said. But all right, it's time to get off of Monster Week in Sports because it's definitely been lasting a long time. Unless anybody has something they want to add real quick, but we do need to jump into the other topics.
Nope,
okay.
I'm good.
All right. So first topic we're going to talk about today, I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. No longer to be depressed about what we just went over. Let's get back into Happy Town, right? And we're going to talk about movies that we could watch over and over again. And I want your guys' comments on what movies you guys would like, but we have a couple that we picked out that stood out to us as far as what we can watch over and over again. But we know there's a lot out there. And which one of you two wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I haven't spoken in a minute or two.
All right. That's
or the past 20. Or the past 20.
Well, I know we asked you to watch the Super Bowl, but you didn't want to, so we get it. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. You want me to throw your clip up or do you want to talk a little bit about it first? The movie.
Oh, you can throw it up there.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to throw his clip up. I got a scene for you guys from one of his movies that this guy could watch over and over and over and over again. Kind of like what he does to those ladies. Here we go.
Okay, you have some skill.
All right. Talk a little bit about it.
So my favorite movie that I can watch over and over, Matrix. Matrix, man. That movie brought sci-fi to a whole nother level. Like, it's amazing, great acting. Story-wise, it was but it was still good though. Like, Keanu Reeves did such an amazing job portraying Neo. And the fact that we get a fourth one, ooh,
Bro.
When's that?
On HBO Max too, bro.
Yeah.
So it goes
That?
at the
I
same
didn't hear
time
about
live
that.
that it goes on the
yeah,
theater.
Matrix 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
They're
gonna
bringing
go on
everybody
HBO
back,
Max.
the whole crew.
Listen,
Yep.
it's called Keanu Reeves Day because John Wick 4 and Matrix are supposed to release on the same day.
What?
Yep.
So he's since he's talking about the Matrix. What I want to see, what was your reaction when you first seen Trinity is her
Trinity.
name, that she jumps up in the scene when she's about to get arrested and it goes and it changes.
Bro, that was
I wish that was a scene you would have also added as you're talking about it, because that changed cinematography. That changed
Bro.
it. That scene
movie
right
did.
alone.
No, it wasn't just that scene. It was the movie, because it was also
Yeah,
when he
it's
goes.
just- Yeah, that
It-
part too. That he
that
doesn't even
movie-
know how he did it.
like, I don't know, I just did it. But that movie
Yeah.
was beautiful. It was beautiful. I
I
love
will
it.
admit that is a
Like-
dope ass movie though.
Like
Yep.
I could
Instantly became a fan.
So
Yeah.
That movie's deep though. It's really
hold on,
deep.
real quick. I got a couple questions for you, Goldo. Number one, what's your favorite of the three?
I would say Reloaded, just because you see Neo against Agent Smith and like 20,000 Agent Smith, and he still whoop all their asses.
Okay.
That what is it called? Is that anime fight scene?
Yeah, the CGI fight,
All right. I like that. I like that.
but it was still good though. It was still good. It's like Mr. Anderson.
No, listen, I don't disagree with you on this one. It definitely, I'm not saying I'd watch them over and over, but it's a great movie. I mean,
I would watch them over and over. I love those movies, all three of them.
Yep, especially sometimes in Sci-Fi Network, they're like, today we're gonna have Matrix Day, so you're gonna watch Matrix all day.
But think about movies like the part where he's talking to the Oracle and then he gets up and walks.
Oh, that was my next question. When you're done, go ahead. I got another question for Goldo.
Where he gets up and he sees what's his name, Agent Smith walking, and all those crows get up. That's a poster right there, and they're flying.
It is.
I'm like, that's a poster. I'm like, why? I would freeze that frame, make a big poster out of it, and put it in my room.
Yeah.
So all the crows in the background.
So Goldo, two questions real quick. Quick answers. Red pill or blue pill?
Shit. Red pill takes you back to reality, right?
I believe so. And blue, you stay in the like one goes down the rabbit hole, the other one you stay where you are. Which one? So forget the color. Which one do you want to do? Do you want to know the truth, or are you happy and content in the reality you're in?
I want to know the truth.
Okay. And number two, are we in the Matrix?
You are the chosen one.
It would have been cool if you would have
I
had
was
this
born
ready.
December 25th. Just saying,
Check Monster. It would have been cool if you would have used that line and then you would have seen the lines right after that.
Well, that, or if I would have had. Listen, if we got to talk about stuff more, because first of all, I should have had Morpheus asking him the question, right?
Yeah.
Red pill
That
or blue
would be-
pill,
yep.
right? And then I should have had the lines, do, 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 do,
Yep.
as he chooses the Matrix or getting out of the Matrix, him zooming out of it, like.
Yep.
But we're not prepared.
We're not a multi-million-dollar industry where we could
Yeah, I can't just
create
have
all that shit.
a bunch of random shit queued up just in case. Oh, he said this. Boop, got it.
But look, see, our train of thought, where is that, bro? That means every week we get better.
Yeah. All right.
Yo.
Anything else you want to say about your movie, bro? Go ahead.
Actually, yes. The end to Matrix Reloaded got me a little bit messed up just because the way it ended by him going back to the machines. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, your problem. It's been like 10 years.
Yeah, remember we talked about that in episode. We've hit the point now that it's okay to talk about anything you want. We've gone past the spoiler alert warning. Fuck you if you haven't seen it. Get away.
Yeah, it's 10 years ago, bro. If you haven't seen it, I don't know. Patrick Star, get out that rock. But the way it ended, it got me a little bit messed up because I'm like, damn, now Neo died. Then it's like Trinity died. So what's gonna happen? But now Matrix 4 is coming out. It's like, so what's gonna happen? And how are they gonna justify the end of Neo becoming one with machines? Like, what's gonna happen?
Well, I mean, I get what you're saying, but so then he didn't necessarily die. He just became one with them.
Yeah,
but
think you dwell on that a little bit.
Unagi. Too much friends.
So let me ask you this: did you watch Animatrix?
Animatrix.
What?
The cartoon?
The cartoon that goes in between.
So like, basically they so I don't know who did it first, if it was Star Wars or if it was Matrix, but I know I have watched all the Star Wars stuff lately. For some reason, I've got sucked into Star Wars. Like I've become a huge fan, and I don't know why later in my life. Like this shit's dope. But like,
it is dope.
Yeah, but Star Wars, for instance, has the Clone Wars. So it literally has what's going on between a couple of the movies. So you can see in animated. And there's a new anime coming out with when they released all the Star Wars stuff for Disney Plus, The Bad Batch. Because that was in the last season that Disney Plus did, because they finally got the rights for the Clone Wars. Their last season, they introduced them, and now they're doing a whole spin-off with just them.
Did you finish Clone Wars?
I finished all of it, dude. I've watched literally. Right. I just got done.
I haven't finished it, so
we had snow days, so I literally started at the good one, which was episode 4. I skipped the first 3 because I actually went back and rewatched the other 2 because of Clone Wars cartoon. But I started episode 4 and I watched the 6 movies in sequence. And I will say they're not as bad when you watch them in sequence. The only thing that I don't like is when you go back and you watch everything that has to do with the entirety of Star Wars. I know we're jumping to something completely different.
I know.
Real quick.
I just noticed that.
I know. But here, you know what? I'll save it for another day if you want. I'll save it for another day. That's okay. But because I could go on, I have a rant that I've been wanting to talk about.
All right, so we'll leave that rant for another day.
Okay.
Star Wars episode, guys, coming soon.
Right.
So we could do one.
Anyway.
So did you watch Animatrix?
No, I did not.
Look for it. You're gonna love it.
All right.
Okay, I'll watch it.
So let's go ahead and hop into Mr. Messiah's movies that he could watch over and over. I'm going to go ahead and play the first clip because I know you're watching, and we can talk about this movie shortly, and then we'll hop into the other one. All right?
Mm-hmm. You want to follow me? Okay. Cockroaches. You want to flick us? Okay. I'll play with you. Come on. Okay. You want to play rough? Okay. Uno. Say hello to my little friend.
All right, that might be one of the most iconic phrases, like in movie history.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
It's just one of those movies that when I'm watching it, I'll sit down and watch it the whole in its entirely. I would watch the whole thing. I love that movie. It became an icon where rappers started saying the world is mine, right? The world is yours and shit. They started using it and all that, and then people started using every pieces of that movie. One of my other favorite scenes is when him and Manolo are working at the sandwich shop, and they go talk to the Colombians, and then one of the guys goes, "Hey, I need more meat on my sandwich." He goes, "What do you mean more meat?" In Spanish, he goes, "What do you mean more meat? That's how the sandwich comes." And I love that line. He's like, "What do you mean?" Like, así que viene el sándwich. And then he just quits. And he goes talk to the Colombian, and that's when they get their job to get done. And I just thought it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
You seen it?
Of course, I've seen Scarface.
Listen,
there's people out there that haven't seen it. Don't be surprised.
Exactly. I don't want to assume. So, what do you think? Is that a movie you could watch over and over, Goldo?
Bro, that Scarface, Al Pacino, bro.
I'll tell you what,
bro.
My younger days, I mean, seeing that mountain of cocaine, like when I was in my 20s, tell you what. Nowadays, I'm too old, man. I've been shoveling too much snow. I see that much white, I'm just like, fuck, man. I gotta go shovel again. Gosh darn it.
But it's crazy though. It's just one of those movies that
it's crazy because I get it's fiction, but it takes
it's
on
so relatable.
It's not. There's reality to that in Miami.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. Like,
but you know, there's a lot of Cubans that hate that movie.
Yeah, because it makes it look bad.
It depicts them as
correct.
You know, cocaine.
It's a stereotype, right? And I get that. But let's be honest. Every race, there's stereotypes about white people that white people aren't gonna like. I get it, but
Sweet
reality
home
is there were some
Alabama.
Colombians that were getting pounds of coke brought over. Like, let's be honest. Like, you don't make it up from nothing. It has to derive from something. Like Donnie Darko or whatever it was with
Donnie Brasco.
Yeah, with Johnny Depp. Like, there's some stuff.
Forget about it. Fugazi.
Yeah. Fugazi.
Yo, did you know, right? When I first watched Scarface, I actually thought that Al Pacino was actually Cuban or Spanish.
He's good. He's a great actor. He's one of my favorite of all time.
I found out later as I got older that he wasn't. So I was like, what?
Yeah. And who was it? Michelle Pfeiffer was in that too, man. Oof.
Yeah. That's why when Bruno Mars goes, that white gold Michelle, he says Michelle Pfeiffer, that white gold.
Yeah.
He got it from that movie.
Oh no, yeah. And listen, I'll tell you what, one of my favorite scenes, but I heard those when she's in all that black leather as Catwoman.
So you talking about Catwoman or the movie where she's in Scarface?
Well, I like her in Scarface, but I love her in the black leather. I'm saying, hey, and there's rumors. I know I jump around a lot. I'm sorry, my mind goes so many different places.
When it comes to movies, I noticed it.
I know there's a talk because I'm very big into movies, so I watch a lot of stuff about it. There's talks that she's gonna be in that there's a possibility of her coming into the Flash movie.
Oh,
reprising her role as Catwoman.
It's a Flash movie.
I heard that.
Oh my God, you were so dumb. So you heard that, Goldo?
Yes, I heard about that.
Yeah, so there's talks that she's going to be with Michael Keaton and reprise her role. Michael Keaton's reprising his role as Batman, and she's going to reprise her role as Catwoman. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I don't see. I can't see her as Catwoman though now.
Well, it's even crazier. What's even crazier though is the fact that she's part of the MCU. And now she's going to jump over to DC. Michael Keaton and her. Her and Michael Keaton. They're going from the MCU to the DCU, back to the MCU, back to the DCU. Pretty cool.
Did you hear what I say?
What?
You ever see those skinless cats? They're so wrinkled. That's what she look like.
No, I don't care what you say. For her age, she's still fine. Man, she looked good.
But it's funny as shit.
Nah, man, she looked good in Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't care what you say. So
she was in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Oh, that's right. She was the mother.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Right. You know what? Let's get into the next one.
I finished that whole series. I finished everything in order.
I'm done with you.
And actually, shout out to Pablo. He gave me the order, and I watched it all. I finished.
We're getting into your next one. Let's get into your next one because we don't have all the day in the world. So I know everybody who watches the show. So Viper, Eagle, if you guys are out there, you haven't commented tonight, but I'm sure you are. If you're out there, you probably already going to know what movie I'm about to put up. That of course Messiah could watch over and over again, and he's super excited because it's about to have a sequel. Here we go. Let's check it out.
Good morning, my neighbors! Hey, fuck you! Yes! Yes! Fuck you too!
That's right. Coming to America. He's talked about on this show millions of times, more times than we can count. And that's right. They're coming out with another one.
Taste the soup. That's the line I always use in this show. Bro, I got excited. You know what? People actually, people at work actually know I love this movie. So as soon as the trailer came out, I got tagged on Facebook. Yo, check this out. I watched that trailer. I was like, holy shit, they're coming back. And I think it's pretty cool. It's going to be only on, I think, Hulu. No, not Hulu. Amazon. It's only going to be on Amazon, I believe. Yep, Amazon. It's going to be March 5th.
Amazon. Yes.
March 5th. Bro, I saved my 30-day trial. I still haven't tried it yet. I'm saving it so when that movie comes out.
Yo, that's awesome. That's
classic. Yeah, I'm saving it so as soon as that movie comes out, I'm going to watch that shit. It's going to be amazing. I just hope, it looks like they're bringing back the characters they played, like the barbershop. They're bringing back the singer. They're bringing back a lot of the old characters that I loved. So,
all right. Yo, once you go to watch the movie, the trial's gonna be like, sorry, your trial does not support this file.
Yeah, because it's
right.
Premium.
Pay for this. I'll be pissed.
So I will say, like, those are definitely great movies. That is a movie that if I see it on like TNT, TBS, like I'm gonna watch it. Like I want to watch it. But let me hop into mine because we do get into the next topic still because we don't have all night. I know you guys. I wish we all wish we did, but we do got to move it along a little bit. So I'm sorry, I'm the downer here, but. Here's one of my favorites MCU movies. I'm not saying it's the favorite, but it's just a movie I love. It's entertaining to me, and this is one of my favorite scenes put together in probably all the MCU period, though. Here we go. Take a look.
Watch out for fingers, they make sparks.
Okay, this is it.
I have to get off this planet. Hey, where are you going?
Hey! We know each other. He's a friend from work.
He's a friend from work. I mean, just absolutely one of my favorite movies. That movie, I don't know what it was. I think there was something about putting them together like that, and like it was. I wasn't expecting it. I mean, you kind of got an idea, but dude, that was overall. It was one of the funniest movies I had seen in the MCU that literally I watched over and over and over. When that shit came to Netflix, I must have watched it like 15 times. The only other movie that I did that with, and I don't have it on here because I didn't want to put too many movies, was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Like, that was another movie.
Oh, yeah.
Over and over and over again. Like, just amazing movies. Loved it.
I just, like...
Classic.
All right, go to say something because I feel like I'm cutting you off.
No, that movie was amazing. Thor. Listen, Thor's my favorite MCU character, and the change to the haircut was fine, but it was justified though. He looked amazing. The movie overall was funny, great action, great dialogue. Amazing to see that Loki and that scene, Loki going like, I gotta get out of here.
Thank you.
I'm out.
That's what made the scene to me. You had Thor, right? And he's like, oh, you could tell he's kind of like nervous. Oh my God, what's gonna be? Hulk busting through, right? And then you have the cut scene between you have those two, which was enough. But then you got Loki over there like, oh fuck. All he can think about is the last time he saw him. Boom, there you go. Yes, go. Yes. Boom, boom, boom. He's like,
I love that part.
It's time for me to go. Like, you put those three attributes together, dude, it was great writing, great screenplay. Like, it was amazing.
See, I think this was after watching the whole MCU in order and watching everything from Iron Man to the Endgame, I've watched like the genius behind it, putting the group together, the genius behind the comedy in the movie, besides the action and all that was genius. All those movies made me laugh. The only one that was a lot serious for me, and it is one of my favorite.
You're talking about all the MCU movies?
Yeah, all the MCUs.
First of all, the first two Thors, he even said it himself. They were very.
There was some comedy in it.
Yes, but
slight comedy.
Yeah, it wasn't like Ant-Man. It wasn't like Ragnarok. Like, it wasn't even like Iron Man to a degree. It was a very somber-ish movie. The humor was a little dry. Like, Thor Ragnarok, you went from the first two Thor movies, like, you don't even know Thor Ragnarok's a part of the trilogy right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this movie literally went away. Because, like, if you think about the Iron Man movies, there's three of them, right? All three Iron Man movies are very similar tone to them. They don't change, right? Even Captain America, right? Even though one was Civil War, it wasn't a huge change from the tone of First Avenger. They had the same like feel to them of their seriousness. They had comedy, yes, but they have this Thor Ragnarok literally said, we don't care about the first two. We're starting all over again. Like, it completely left everything.
Yep. I agree. And it was one of the funniest. But Iron Man 2 was actually a good one. The one with
Iron Man's good.
This guy in.
The third one was the worst, but
the what?
The third one was the worst. But yeah, no, all Iron Mans are good movies. I don't mean,
but there's comedy in there. If you catch the comedy, actually,
what I said.
Elon Musk makes an appearance.
No, who?
Elon Musk.
Yes. No, like I said, Iron Man movies have the same tone though. They've always had a level of comedy with the story. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always been that you know, but it was the same in the first as the second. And even though the third was horrible, it was the same as the third. There was the same level of consistency between the movies with the comedy versus seriousness. Thor Ragnarok went from like the first two Thor movies, there's nothing as like, dude, the scenes even with where he's going for the umbrella, right? Or, you know, like that whole, like the beer, like there's so many attributes of hilariousness in that movie that you
when Stanley gave him a haircut. When Stanley gave him a haircut, that was hilarious.
That's what I'm saying. But you didn't get those from the first. Dude, how about even in the most it's about to be one of the most serious scenes in the movie, and you got Mark Ruffalo falling out of the plane, landing on the bridge, and you thought he was dead, and he turns into the Hulk. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even
it was hilarious.
Yeah, like even that's like, oh my god, that's so funny.
I'm about to show you who I am.
Yeah.
He dropped it.
But one of my favorites.
She's looking down like, what the fuck this guy just do?
Yeah, one of my favorites is Doctor Strange.
That's a good movie. Yeah,
I love that movie.
Yeah. All right, so let me get into my next one because, like I said, we got to move things along. So this is one of my favorite movies of all time. Ever since I was a little kid, I promise you, I could watch this movie over and over and over again. And even to this day, if I catch this movie on TV, I'm watching it. Here we go. One of the most famous lines ever.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys! Oh my God, Goonies.
I'm gonna pick that.
Goonies.
I was gonna pick that movie. I love the Goonies,
You know what's so funny
bro.
too? You know who stars in Goonies? Thanos.
Does he?
He's the older brother, bro. James Brolin.
I did not recognize him.
Yes,
Holy
he's
shit.
the older brother. He's Thanos. He's
Holy
also
shit.
Cable.
Oh, that's cool. That makes it cooler now. Bro, I try to get my son to watch this. He hates that movie. I can't say he hates it, but he's never shown any interest on that or Star Wars. He doesn't like movies like that. And I'm like, you talking about?
But that
Rocky
movie's not
Road?
like Star
How
Wars.
can you not
though?
like
This-
Rocky Roads?
This is, hey, Data, pulling open the thing, you know what I'm saying? And the chopper is coming out like, dude, this is our time down here. That's their time up there. That's another scene I want to put. That whole thing made me, like, I get a tear in my eye when I hear that speech.
Goldo, have you seen
in
this
the well?
Of course.
Oh my goodness. Great movie.
Because you're kind
I
of
will watch
quiet
that
there. I
movie
thought we lost you there.
No,
over and over again.
I'm agreeing.
Oh,
I said
okay.
yes. It was Cable too.
Oh,
Bro.
one of my favorite
thought-
movies of all time.
No
Absolutely.
fear, man. No fear, man. What did she say? No fear, man. No sign. No sign. Don't sign. Don't sign. Love that, bro.
Dude, that shit is amazing. That's one of the best produced movies I can from start to finish. Amazing.
But I think like that era of movies had to do a lot with, there was a lot of imagination. Because when I was a kid, that's how I used to think. Imagination, like pirates and shit like that were happening.
I guess
That's how it was.
Yeah, I will say, you're right. There were movies were still new enough that everything you put out was still new, right?
Yeah.
But you go back and you look at even like I like a lot of movies, but there's not a lot of movies that since then that I could think about that really encompass everything that movie could encompass, right? Adventure, love. Dude, one of the favorite scenes is, Bran, did you get braces? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because the little brother got to kiss her, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was just so many depths of things that went on that it was just, I don't know what it was. It plays it pulls on your strings, and it just, still to this day, man, it's like, it's classic. That's classic.
Yeah.
Like,
It is. It is.
All right. So let's hop into the next topic because we are running low on time. So who wants to go first? Real quick. So we were talking about movies that we like would watch over and over. So the one thing we're going to talk about that is we never want to see them remade, right? Those movies cannot be redone, recast, redone, nothing
At all.
right? Now we're going to talk about movies that one of two things either need to be remade because they sucked, right? Or haven't been made, but God damn it, man, we want to see made, and people need to go out there and listen to that because we want these movies to be produced. Who's up first?
I'll go first. So you're gonna play the clip first, or should I talk first?
That's up to you, bro. That's your call.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk a little bit first. So every '90s kid, growing up, we watched Cartoon Network, PBS, Nickelodeon, Nick at Night. And there was always this one show. Was it on Cartoon Network? I don't remember.
It was Disney Channel.
Yes,
No,
yes.
it wasn't. Yeah, it was Disney Channel. Yep.
It was Disney.
Well, what are you saying there no for? What was it?
I don't think it wasn't Disney.
Yeah, it's Disney owned.
It's on Disney
Well,
Plus.
yeah, it's
Mahomes.
Disney Plus now. Yeah. So
No, it's Disney. Yeah, because it was also with Gummy Bears and DuckTales and all those
Snorks.
shows. It was part of that whole genre of shows. Now, correct, there may not have been a Disney Channel back then, but it was
Okay,
a
I see what
Disney
you're saying.
produced
Yep.
show. So
Yes.
I don't know where it was aired. Probably, I mean, it could have been
It was
ABC or
W4B
something.
Kids.
Yeah.
It was because it was on Saturday mornings.
Yep,
Yeah, it was
that
like
was-
ABC maybe then.
Yes. So this show is like one of those shows that you watch and you just like, damn, it's good. And for the time period, it was amazing. But Mr. Check Monster, roll the clip. Let the people see what I'm talking about.
All right. Talk about it.
Yo, this show right here, Gargoyles, mind you, it's not a movie, but it should be made into a movie. Like with today's technology, they could do so much to make it justice to that show or movie.
Here's
Bro.
the thing, dude. Movie 100%. Because here's the thing. What's the closest movie that you could compare to this that's being produced right now and Jared Leto's the star that's about to come out? Morpheus. Yeah. You're telling
Which
me if
is
you can do a
amazing.
Morpheus movie, you can't do a fucking Gargoyle movie?
Yep. And Morpheus look amazing. If you haven't seen Morpheus, bro.
Don't even
You
know what
haven't seen-
Morpheus is.
You have not seen the what?
Nope.
My-
I thought you were talking about Morpheus from The Matrix. I'm like, whoa, we're back on The Matrix again?
Oh no, dude. This is
Jared
the guy
Leto
from
is-
Spider-Man.
Bro, you gotta see that trailer's like, ooh,
He's a Spider-Man
so
villain.
good.
That
Yeah.
they're doing because they're taking Spider-Man characters, villains, and Sony's doing they're like a villain story. So because they're anti-heroes, right? He was a good guy, he was a good human who experimented and stuff.
Like Electro.
Yeah, or well, not even because they didn't do it with Electro, so I don't want to go there.
No, yeah.
But Venom, right? The anti-hero, they call it, right? Morpheus is supposed to be another anti-hero, right? Like he's not necessarily evil, but he's not good. You know what I mean? And so, like, yeah, fucking dope.
Yeah. If they make
By the
it to
way,
a movie-
I used to love gargoyles. I wanted to get a Goliath tattoo.
I used to watch that shit all the time as a kid. That I loved when you picked that.
I loved it
because I'm a huge fucking fan.
Yep,
of
me too.
It's
Gargoyles.
amazing.
Absolutely
it's just
amazing.
amazing. It's just amazing. It speaks by itself. If you haven't watched it, now's the time. It's on Disney Plus, so go watch it. It's beautiful.
So-
it's beautiful.
For my movie that I would like to see remade is After Midnight. You do not feed them. You make sure you do not give them any. You do not put any water. Give them any baths, because they will multiply. And Gremlins, I used to love it. Always, I remember Gizmo, right? I thought he was so cute. I'm like, I want to get one from as a pet. That's one movie I would like to see being remade during this time, but not like the original one, not the second one. The second one was funny and all that, but I want to see the original one be made again.
So let me tell you this, right? Fuck you, hell no, straight up.
Why not?
There are movies in this day and age that are classics. You don't touch. You don't touch Goonies. You don't touch Back to the Future. You don't touch Gremlins, right? There are movies that are just.
Well, why not?
Because they're too good. They're too perfect. You don't need what do you like that movie lives in infamy. Like you're gonna go back and remake E.T.? Like, is that what you want to do? Like
No.
Gremlins was a genre of, like it was its own thing, bro. Like that
It was.
movie is so good on its own. So
was.
good on its own.
But I just think like that movie should be remade so that they will be appreciated now. Like for
No,
the
it
kids,
just
for
needs
this
to be
generation, could be like, oh man, that's actually pretty cool.
I get that. I get that, but no, man, I love that movie.
Yeah,
Gremlins
me
is
too.
one of those movies that I'm just like, I don't want to, because if
It's
I
called
really
a
love a
Mogwai.
movie, I don't want to see it be remade. Now, I will say that I do have a movie on there that I love, as a child, but I do want to have remade, and I'll get into that in a second.
Go
You know
ahead.
what I'm saying? But all right, so let me jump into my first one though. It's kind of on the same path of gold though. This is a movie. This is something I've always wanted to see made, and there was rumors and there was fan art out there about it being made. So before I get into the one I want to see remade, let me show you the one I want to have made. So here we go. I'll play it for you real quick. And because we're short on time, I'm not going to play the whole clip like I originally was, but we're short on time, so I got to make sure we cut it a little shorter. But Thundercats, dude, with today's technology and everything they could do, and with the writers out there, dude, Lino, Thundercats, ho, dude, Snarf, like, let's go.
I used to love that cartoon, bro. I used to draw them.
So dope.
I used to draw them. I used to draw the sign. You know what we used to do when I was a kid? Because back in the days, the emblems used to show, but used like the Mercury car used to have a cougar on the front, right? So this was so long ago, so I can't be held accountable for it, but because I was a dumbass kid. What we used to do is rip the cougar sign
Now you're just a
off,
dumbass adult.
rip the cougar sign off, and use a flashlight and put it on and I used to go Thundercats. Oh, and I used to be like, oh look, there's the Thundercat emblem on the wall.
Dude,
I used to do that.
I
love that.
One of my
that
favorite
cartoon.
cartoons growing up. Loved it. And there's a way to like. There's so many ways you can make that work. Like I just think you can. But real quick, look, because like I said, I'm going to keep these short because I got to move in and we got to finish the show up because we're running long tonight, which is no problem. But still, this one you guys might not remember. Messiah probably will because he's been around forever. Goldo, you probably don't know this movie, but I'm going to play the trailer for you. I'm going to play it all the way through. Okay, of the original movie. And I know that it's so old, it might not look great on your screens. But I'm telling you, if you remade this movie today, this shit could be so dope. Are you guys ready for this? Because I'm excited. Here we go.
Have we located the parents?
Yes, but Phil, look at the date. I ran it through the computer 3 times. He was declared legally dead.
You're alive.
Have I really been gone 8 years?
Where have you been all this time?
You went somewhere. How did you get there? I can't remember. It's transmitting in alpha waves with complex frequency patterns in them.
This could be our first contact. Any signs of life?
Not outside, but we haven't been able to determine what's inside.
Something may be living, perhaps even dying inside this. Where did this come from? From the mind of a 12-year-old boy? I can offer you the truth. The truth about where David's been for the last 8 years. What all this unusual brain activity means. And most of all, why he hasn't aged.
This voice keeps calling, saying something over and over and over.
Well, what does it say?
He's communicating directly with the computer in binary code.
Was he doing that?
Right now, he's up there somewhere flying around inside it. Inside a spaceship.
Dude, I don't know if you've seen it, if you know about it, but Flight of the Navigator.
Bro.
Oh my God. Remake that shit today. That movie was intense then, but we got so much better technology now. Give me a fucking remake of that. Oh my God.
As soon as I seen it, I was like, there was some parts I didn't recognize, and then I seen it when it showed a spaceship. I'm like, holy shit, I know that movie.
Dude, I love that shit as a kid. That would have been on my rewatch again and again, but I want to see that shit remade. That's a movie that could do from remaking, because that movie was ahead of its time. The spaceship, the robot, all that shit. Disney, hear me. Remake that movie. Stop
Kids will
remaking
love
your
it
stupid
during this time. Kids will love it.
cartoons and all that shit. Remake that movie. That would be one that'd be dope. Straight up.
I think kids will love that movie.
Oh my god, it was so good.
Goldo, you never seen that movie?
I have, but I once in my lifetime.
It was, the other one I was gonna pick, but I was like, you know what, Flight of the Navigator was more in tune with today's age. The other one I was thinking about real quick was Never Ending Story.
Yeah,
that could be another one. But Flight of the Navigator just fit better because of the dynamic of what the movie had to do with. That it would be better remade today. You know what I mean? Like, so. All right.
Free Willy.
Right. So I guess. Oh, Free Willy. That would have actually been fucking hilarious. That I watched that as a kid, and I get it.
I went to the place where they filmed the movie.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it was in Maine.
So it's that time, guys.
Actually, Vermont. Sorry.
Hold on. It's time for the worst intro on the show, the one that I've been begging him to remake, but he hasn't. It's time for Fuck Yeah Outta Here. Let's go. That's right. It's Fuck Outta Here. And who's Fuck Outta Here is up first tonight?
Goldo, you can go.
I'll go. So,
All right.
Mr. Chicken Monster, put the picture up there real quick.
Picture's up. Talk about it.
So, Gorilla Glue. It's for adhesive. The other hairspray product is what is it? Got to be, right? Yeah, got to be. It's to glue your wigs, your perms. You feel me? In case you need like extra firmness. This a lady, right? That she sprayed Gorilla Glue on her hair because she ran out of it. It was a month ago. It stayed on her hair for like almost a month. Till like 2 days ago when she had to go to a hospital to get it removed. Now, this lady is suing the company Gorilla Glue because they put it on her hair. I'm like, ma'am, they did not say it's for your hair, so you cannot sue them. Fuck out of here, you dumbass. That was meant for wood, metal, plastic, and other devices, not your fucking head, okay?
No fucking way. No.
Yeah, she's trying.
It is real, bro. It is real.
She's trying to sue them because she fucked up and put Gorilla Glue on her head.
Here's the thing.
And it lasted a month. She could not wash it off and nothing.
Guess what? That motherfucker who made money off of McDonald's because it didn't say hot on it.
Yep. On the coffee.
That bitch is getting paid. Does it say caution? Do not put in your hair? Like,
it will.
It will go
here.
It will now.
That was a great one. Goldo, that was fucking great. That was amazing.
Bro, she's trying to sue them for it. It's like, it was your mistake, not theirs. They didn't tell you to put it on your head. You did because you're like, I ran out of glue. I'll use this instead. Now, there's another one. Another lady used Gorilla Glue tape to wax her coochie. That's another story. Another dumbass.
Whoa, all right. So, Messiah, you up next?
Another stupid woman.
Yeah. You can put mine up as I'm talking about it.
All right, so
because my fuck out of here.
Talk about it.
All right, let me know when it's out of the system. When is that? Okay. Anyway, so
wait, you said wait until you're talking about it before I put it up. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you want to put it up now? Like, Goldo gave me a cue. See, that's the difference. Goldo was like on point. Like, yo, put it up. Boom, instantly put it up. Right? So, you're like, well, put it up as I talk about it. But is it up? Let me know when it's done.
Because I'm not watching it anymore because I got it. So
that's fine. But tell me when to throw it up. I'll throw it up.
Throw it up right now.
It's up.
All right. So this cryptocurrency, look, I got the proof there. I bought it in February 2019. Right? I told people.
Wait, hold on. Time out. Because you're talking. What? You tell me to throw up the picture.
Yes.
But then you put up a phone that nobody can see because the picture's up. Could you wait a second? Go ahead. Now put up the phone.
So
now put up the phone.
Right there. I'm not watching it. That's why. Right there. February 2019, this cryptocurrency, I told some people about it. We even discussed it. Goldo and I discussed it also the month after that. And another employee discussed it. And before I bought into it, I was looking for cryptocurrency to invest on. And it did said, and it stated it started off as a joke, right? So, it wasn't taken serious, but it started getting momentum. It predicted that in 2021 it was going to reach $1. So I'm like, cool, I can buy this because I don't want to buy Bitcoin. So I bought it. I bought this solid. So I started telling people about it. I'm like, hey, this might be a thing because the article I read, this and that. People didn't believe me. They didn't care for it. They're like, nah. And every time I mentioned it, when they asked me, hey, did you invest in cryptocurrency? I'm like, yeah, I have. I actually invested like $58 in cryptocurrency. And they're like, which one you buy? And they're like, I bought Doge, right? They're like, they didn't even take me serious, bro. And look at it now. Now it has so much momentum that people are like buying into this, buying into that, this and that. So fuck out of here. You made fun of me back then because you're like, nobody loves that shit. That shit is fake. That shit is whack as shit. And now I'm laughing because, I'm the one like reigning it right now. And I love it. But stop calling me for advice on fucking stocks. My advice for you guys that are just buying into the stock thing because you guys are buying into this frenzy of what's going on and think you're going to make it rich by buying penny stocks and all that. First rule, pay off all your debt. I'm not talking about your house. I'm not talking about your car. But your credit cards, pay that off, and then we can have a conversation on what to invest on. Right. So fuck out of here with that. Doge, been having it 2019, and I'm living it right now, loving it.
Me too, baby, me too.
So let's get into mine because we're running late, and that's okay. I knew we only needed 2 topics this week. I told you this shit was gonna run. But anyway, mine is about people and images, right?
Yep.
And there's a guy out there who's, I'll admit, he's had a really good image about himself. He's done things the right way. He's, said the right things. Maybe he got in trouble for a little cheating here or there, right? But he hasn't stepped over these boundaries of things, right? And then, he's been an example of what you want to strive to be when you grow up. But I guess there's a point in everybody's lives, right? Where you're like, I'm so damn good that I'll do whatever the fuck I want. And in case you're wondering what I'm talking about, let me go ahead and play this video for you. So here we go.
I knew it.
Yeah, that's right. I guess if you have 7 damn trophies, you can start just throwing shit over boats like it doesn't goddamn matter anymore. But you know what? For the rest of the NFL out there and the history of the all NFL, that thing matters. That's more important than just some item to throw across. This ain't the Stanley Cup. We ain't dropping it off the fucking side of a bus and shit. Okay? This is the Lombardi Trophy. Have a little bit more respect. Tom Brady, fuck out of here with that shit. Respect the trophy, respect the name on it. You're a little bitch, and you've won too many, obviously, at this point, that in your mind, it's okay to throw the NFL Lombardi Trophy over boats just because you got, hey, if it falls in the ocean, what the fuck do I care? I got 6 more. Fuck out of here with that shit.
No, his train of thought, I knew you were going to find something to say bad about Tom Brady. I didn't know it was going to be this.
I didn't choose that. It chose me. Okay.
I know. So, but here's my thing on it. I agree with you. That's a thing of honor. That's a thing that people strive for on that. So I actually didn't know about that. I thought when I seen a clip on ESPN, the alert on my phone that says Tom Brady throws Lombardi Trophy, I didn't click on it to read it. That's kind of fucked up, but funny at the same time. But if it falls in the ocean, the NFL will make another one. That's all it is. And he'll still have his 7. Well, but I agree. But I'm pretty sure he probably got heat for that. But he'd be like, bro, I got 7. If you need one, I'll give you one.
That's not the point. Like, you're such a fucking homer that you don't get the point of it. Like, it's
I do get the point. I just, Tom Brady can't go wrong in my eyes after the 7th ring. Well, he couldn't go wrong with 6. So after the 7, he's gonna tell you, "Fuck out of here! I do what the fuck I want."
Listen. Brady's gonna come on the show and be like, "Oh, you want to touch it? Nah, I'm a little bitch. I guess you can't touch it."
Would it be awesome if I could
would never
I would be like,
bow down
dear
to fucking
Tom Brady,
dumb Brady.
TB12, Mr. GOAT, can you please show up in Generation Shock for a 2-minute cameo of your time? Thank you. He's gonna be like, nah, I ain't got time for that shit.
I ain't got time for his shit. So that's 2 of us.
Damn. No, but it was a good. It's good to see that it's not the Patriots that are good. It's Tom Brady that is good.
Oh God, really? You're gonna be that fucking guy? So I got a problem.
I had to say it.
What happened? What you did?
My outro is not working.
So we'll go without an outro this week.
All right.
So, ladies,
I mean, I can play the music.
I can put the song up.
Oh, I got the song. Fuck you. No, I got the actual song. I got the longer one, which I like better.
Oh, you like them longer? I guess. Whatever.
He likes them longer.
Oh, well, if you want, I could throw I actually, when I recorded that video, I do have you playing with the things a little bit longer than I expected.
Eagle say we are so young.
Yeah, Eagle, Messiah's not, but maybe some of us. All right. Look.
At this point, I'm the baby of the show.
Eagle, Messiah's older than you. He just doesn't look it, maybe, but he is. All right. He's been around since fucking dirt was created. This fucking guy. All right. You guys ready to do some dancing then? We'll do a little, little dance. All right.
Let's go.
Right.
First of all, go ahead, Shakeman. Let us go. Let us out.
All right. So thank you guys for watching the show. Here's a couple things I need from you, though. Number 1, what's a movie you could watch over and over again? Put it down below. Number 2, what is something you've always wanted to see made or that you think needs to be remade? Put it down below. I want to hear from you guys. You guys are the lifeline of this show. All 7 of you who watch us every week. I love you. You guys are amazing. And I can't wait to see you next week. And we out.
We got no outro.
We messed it up this week, but that's okay. That's my fault. And I love you too.
Yo, I wish I had my thing.
Like we do it.